Pieces can be piano quartet, opposition 26, symphony number 1, and clarinet quintet. So, according to biography.com, Johannes Brahms was born into a music family. The reason why that is his father was actually a double pianist for the Philharmonic Symphony in Hamburg, and he started playing piano by the time he was 7 years old and performing by the time he was a teenager to help support his struggling financial family. So, Brahms was originally, once he was a teenager, was known as one of the better composers of that time, and he became one of his soon-to-be mentors and closest friends, German composer Robert Schumann. Schumann actually saw the potential in him and praised him as one of the upcoming greatest composers and a unique mastermind in composing. Now, sadly, in 1856, Schumann actually passed away and Brahms lost one of his closest friends and mentors. Now, funny thing is, he tried rebounding and getting with Schumann's wife. Sadly, that went nowhere, but they still became close friends in the end. Now, according to James Keller, in 1857, Brahms started one of his most well-known pieces that we all know today, Piano Quartet Number 1 in a G minor, option 25. This was originally dedicated to Baron Reinhard von Dalvik of the Capelle Court, and this piece was premiered in 1861 in front of the Capelle Court and a bunch of crowd with the guests of all the people from the court. Now, in Vienna, Brahms still continued to compose and create music. Examples of this work would be the double concerto in A minor, piano trio number 3 in C minor, violin sonata in D minor, and a series of specific pieces for trio for clarinet, cello and piano, and quintet for clarinet and strings. Now, once Brahms got into the 1890s, a lot of people thought he was going to be done because he claimed he was done. Once he realized he missed composing, he actually came back and wrote Vir Gesana, which incorporated quotes compiled from both the Old and New Testaments that were written. In his final years, in 1857, Clara Schumann's wife passed, which seemed to have a lasting impact on him as his own health started to fade in February of 1897. He gave his last performance in Vienna in March of 1897, and a month later, Brahms ended up passing away due to liver failure. But his legacy lived on. Brahms' style is one that still has influence on composers today. One of his trademark styles was use of repetition through his pieces, which can be heard in the melody for Piano Quartet Number 1 in G minor, option 25. It's set up by the repetition of the piano followed by repetition of the melody. And at the beginning of this piece, you can actually hear the motive being passed on from the piano. And basically what a motive is, two phrases that are passed on from that piece to the next instrument. And as you can hear right now, as you heard in the beginning of that piece, the piano is starting off with the melody and the lead part. Then the violin came in, causing the cello to come in then, and the viola as well, and you could hear the different melodies being passed on. And now Brahms was also known for his key changes, even for just a short time. It's hard to hear, but you're able to at least hear the different types of key changes in this example right now. As you can hear, some of the instruments actually did change key, and they continue that on for a while and end up going back to the regular one. But if you listen to this part earlier, but later on in the piece, you can hear the same thing going on again. And now what actually is interesting about that is the reason why I picked that piece, or that part, is you can actually hear the repetition once again from the beginning part. From the beginning key change, you can actually hear the key change happen again, which is the exact same melody that happens at the beginning. And so his legacy continues. But Brahms was now a composer whose influences has grown over time as many of his trademark styles continue today. And once again, please take the time to praise and respect him by listening to his music to keep his legacy, history, and music alive. Brahms may be missed, but his legacy lives on through his music. And this is one of the most well-known quotes that Brahms has actually said: "Without craftsmanship, inspiration is a mere reed shaken in the wind." And that actually sticks pretty well with everybody. And there you go. Thank you.